I'm back, and I'm better than ever.
Here we are at the selection show.
Cause your opinion don't matter. This maniac is gonna step on.
Look at what we got. Here we go.
Hi, and welcome to 2K Sports Studios. I'm Greg Gumbel with Clark Kellogg. We're here with the 2K Sports NCAA Selection Show. We're all set to show you the seedings and pairings, so get out your bracket sheet, get those pencils ready. Here are the basics. Of the 65 available tournament bids, 31 are automatically given to conference champions. The tournament committee hands out the remaining 34 bids on an at-large basis. The opening round game
Greg Gumbel, take it from here.
To narrow the field to 64 teams. But before we unveil the brackets for this season, here's a look at the final top 25 media poll of the season. There are a couple of shakeups as we get ready for March Madness. The Purdue Boilermakers jumped all the way from the number 21 spot to number 15.
They're peaking at just the right time, Greg. This is exactly the way you want to be playing going into the tournament.
Also, a new team has fought its way into the top 25. The Baylor Bears debut in the poll as the number 23 team. Now let's take a look at the
OU on the bubble
and see which teams are sitting at home with their
sure they're going to make it.
hoping to see their name in the brackets. There are a lot of worthy candidates among these 10 teams.
Kansas on the bubble.
Which of these bubble teams stands out to you right now?
Kansas put together a solid season, but their record just isn't impressive enough to make them a no-brainer bid. If the committee doesn't give weight to their tough conference, they could be out of luck.
And we have a few more teams in similar position, right, Clark?
Arkansas had the chance to set themselves apart from the rest of the bubble team, but they never could get over that hump and guarantee themselves a spot.
I'm sure it's been a long week for those teams, but the wait's almost over. The NCAA Selection Committee has finished its meeting, and we're ready to unveil the top 4 seeds in this year's tournament. The Vanderbilt Commodores are the top overall seed.
No surprise there.
In the East Regional. On to the second.
Wow, there you go. Oklahoma State is a number 3 seed projected
their third NCAA championship
for the Big 12 tournament.
The Maryland Terrapins are our third number 1 seed, and they'll play in the Midwest Regional. They're back in the tournament again, and no doubt they'll be feeding off the experience of last year's appearance as they try to get to the Final Four this year.
So Clemson was the other number 1 seed we thought was going to be.
In the West Regional, the Illinois
got knocked
Fighting
down.
Illini.
Oh yeah, 2.
Field is a number 1 seed for the 3rd time in the history of their program. Now, here's how the brackets shape up based on where the number 1 seeds have been assigned. In one national semifinal game,
Good draw for OSU in the South.
We'll play the winner of the South Regional. In the
Where
other
does
semifinal
Coastal Carolina end up?
the winner of the Midwest Regional will play the winner of the West Regional. Those games will be played on Saturday, April 5th. Then it'll be on to the national championship game on Monday night, April 7th. Anything shocking to you about those picks?
I don't think I'm alone in my surprise with these picks. Whenever you reach this far down the poll for the top seeds, you're guaranteed to have some.
Yeah, he's talking about Cowboys
So,
there.
with the number 1 seeds out of the way, it's finally time to tackle the rest of the brackets. First up, we take a look at the East Regional. The Vanderbilt Commodores are the top seed, finishing at 26 and 8. They were conference tournament champions in the SEC. They will take on the winner of the opening round play-in game between Tennessee State with 15 wins and Coppin State from the MEAC. And now, the number 8 seed, the Ohio State Buckeyes, come into the tournament on the strength of a 3rd-place finish in their conference regular season and were semifinalists in their conference tournament. They're going to play the number 9 seed, the St. Francis Red Flag, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 21 and 10. Liberty comes in as the number 5 seed, finishing at 23 and 9. And they will take on the 12th seed from the A-10 Conference, the St. Bonaventure Bonnie, with 18 wins. Harvard enters the field as the number 4 seed from the Ivy League. This will be their second appearance all time in the NCAA
Liberty.
tournament. They'll be getting ready to face the number 13 seed, the Valparaiso Crusaders, who finished the season with 17 wins.
The Harvard Crimson have more to prove than any other team in this tournament. They haven't had a lot of experience in the tournament recently, so it's difficult to say exactly how they'll handle it. They've shown they're capable of playing with the best teams in the nation during the regular season. Now they need to show they belong with those teams come tournament time.
The Stanford Cardinals are in as the number 6 seed. They'll be taking on the number 11 seed, the Campbell Fighting Camels, with 19 wins. Notre Dame comes in as the number 3 seed, finishing at 23.
I got a theme song ready for when
comes in to face them
Oklahoma
at number
State
14
is
with 18 wins in the tournament championship of the
ready.
Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. Our number
Made a
7
theme
seed,
song for when we see Coastal Carolina.
State Wildcats were rewarded for their outstanding play this season with an at-large bid and a ticket to the Big Dance. They are going to play the number 10 seed, the Pittsburgh Panthers, who finished second in their conference tournament, finishing at 19 and 14. Next up is the number 2 seed. The Duke Blue Devils have established themselves as one of the best teams from the ACC. They'll be going up against the number 15 seed, the UCLA Bruins, with 14 wins. They return once more to the very familiar surroundings of the NCAA tournament. Looking into the future a little bit, this bracket looks poised for a titanic matchup in the regional final. If the top 2 seeds can take care of business in the first 3 rounds, we have the possibility of a classic Elite 8 meeting. Next up, we'll take a look at the South Regional. The Oklahoma State Cowboys are the top seed, finishing at 23 and 9. They won both the regular season and conference tournament titles in the Big 12. They'll take on the South Dakota State Jacks, the number 16
Go.
ranked team. This marks their fourth appearance in the NCAA tournament in team history. New Mexico State comes in as the number 8 seed, finishing at 23 and 10. Colorado comes in to face the number 9. They belong among the top 65
Got
teams.
the one ready for
Bradley enters the
Coastal
field
Carolina when they come up.
from the Missouri Valley Conference. This is their 9th appearance in the NCAA tournament in the history of their school. They'll be getting ready to face the number 12 seed, the Alcorn State Braves, finished the season with 20 wins.
The Bradley Braves will be an extremely dangerous team in this tournament, mainly because they have such terrific veteran leadership. Coaches love when they have guys on the floor that have been around the block a few times because they don't get rattled. They play with composure. I look at the experience of this team as something that could put them over the top.
Houston comes in as the number 4 seed, finishing at 21.
Surprised. I thought Houston would be in a higher seed than that.
13th seed from the Patriot League, the American Eagle, with 19 wins. And now the number 6 seed, the North Carolina Tar Heels, come into the tournament on the strength of a 3rd-place finish in their conference regular season and were losers in their first game at their conference tournament. They are going to play the number 11 seed, the Georgia Bulldogs, who were 5th in their conference, finishing at 16 and 13. The Michigan Wolverines are in as the number 3 seed. They'll be taking on the number 14 seed, the Bowling Green Falcons, with 17 wins. Next up is the number 7 seed.
Ole Miss is always the number 7
Have
seed.
established themselves as one of the best teams from the SEC. They'll be going up against the number 10 seed, the Vermont Catamounts, with 19 wins. This marks their 4th appearance in the NCAA tournament in the history of their school.
Gonzaga falls. Well, they got the 2
West
seed.
Coast Conference. The Gonzaga Bulldogs had a tremendous year that included a regular season championship. They're going to play the number 15 seed, the Lamar Cardinals, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 15 and 13. This bracket has the potential to give us a sensational matchup in the regional final if everything goes according to form and the top 2 seeds.
When will we see
survive the
Coastal
early round.
Carolina?
On to our 3rd bracket of the day. Let's take a look at the Midwest Regional. The Maryland Terrapins are the top seed, finishing at 23 and 8. They finished 2nd in the ACC. They'll take on the away team, the number 16 ranked team. This will be their 2nd appearance in the NCAA tournament in team history. Our number 8
That's
seed
George Washington
from the
and
A-10
Delaware.
Conference, the away team were rewarded for their outstanding play this season with an at-large bid and a ticket to the Big Dance. They're going to play the number 9 seed, the Delaware Blue Hens, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 20 and 10.
Uh-oh.
Coastal Carolina Chanticleers are in as the number 5 seed. They'll be taking on the number 12 seed, the Kennesaw State Owls, with 19.
The Carolina's theme song.
Washington enters the field as the number 4 seed from the Pac-10. This will be their 14th appearance of all time.
With the proper strength, ain't nobody man enough to feel the pain. And you can be next, you better give respect, 'cause ain't nobody breaking this redneck.
Sometimes young guys play a lot looser than the veterans, but it's always a tough.
All right, let's get one ready for
Creighton comes in as the number 6 seed, finishing at 16 and 11.
get one ready for OU if they show up.
The SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks, with 18 wins. And now the number 3 seed, the Xavier Musketeers, come into the tournament after finishing second in their conference during the regular season and were losers in their first game at their conference tournament. They are going to play the number 14 seed, the Wichita State Shockers, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 15 and 18. Next up is the number 7 seed. The Marquette Golden Eagles are the regular season champions from the Big East. They'll be going up against the number 10 seed, the Wisconsin Badgers, with 19 wins. This will be their 14th appearance in the NCAA tournament in the history of their school. Clemson comes in as the number 2 seed, finishing at 21 and 8. Portland State comes in to face them at number 15 with 16 wins in the tournament championship of the Big Sky. It's the first question every selection Sunday. Which is the toughest bracket? Well, this bracket looks to me like it wins that prize this year. Not only are the top seeds strong, the lower seeds can be dangerous as well. And finally, let's have a look at the West Regional. The Illinois Fighting Illini are the top seed, finishing at 24 and 8. They were winners of the regular season championship in the Big Ten. They'll take on the Arkansas State Indians, the number 16 ranked team. This will be their second appearance in the NCAA tournament in school history. Next up is the number 8 seed. The Temple Owls have established themselves as one of the best teams from the A-10 conference. They'll be going up against the number 9 seed, the Kentucky Wildcats. With 19 wins, they return once more to the very familiar surroundings of the NCAA tournament. USC comes in as the number 5 seed, finishing at 20 and 10. And they will take
Like
on
OU
the
might make it.
from Conference USA, the Memphis Tigers, with 20 wins. St. Joseph's comes in as the number 4 seed, finishing at 23 and 11. Nevada comes in to face them at number 13 with 16 wins in the tournament championship of the WAC.
Baylor makes it.
The number 6 seed is from the Big 12. The Baylor Bears were rewarded for their outstanding play this season with an at-large bid and a ticket to the Big Dance.
Let's
They are
play.
going to play the number
Leave
11
OU out
seed,
then
the
if
St.
Baylor made
Mary's
it.
Gale, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 21 and 10. The Purdue Boilermakers are in.
Wait, no,
as
that
the
would've been
number 3
Kansas.
seed. They'll be taking on
Kansas
the
still
number
hasn't made
14
it.
seed,
Baylor's
the
in.
Furman Paladins, with 20 wins. And now the number 7 seed, the away team, come into the tournament first in their conference during the regular season and were semifinalists in their conference tournament. They are going to play the number 10 seed, the Connecticut Huskies, who were third in their conference, finishing at 18 and 12. Florida enters the field as the number 2 seed from the SEC. This will be their 14th appearance ever in the NCAA tournament. They'll be getting ready to face the number 15
Wow, Virginia,
seed,
wow.
the Virginia Cavaliers. Finished the
They must
season
have won their
with 13
conference
wins.
tournament or
The
something.
Florida Gators have been here before and know how to win in the tournament, so they have a very good chance to go a long way. The memory of their last trip to the Final Four is still fresh in their mind, and you can't put a price on that kind of experience, even for the guys who were just watching from the bench last time around. I think that gives them a huge edge.
Some of the lower seeds in this bracket have the ability to not only compete with the high seeds, but win a few games. Potential for a Cinderella or two in this bracket is definitely there. Clark, how do you view
Clemson
this
fell down
year's
to the
top
number
16?
2.
There are no real
don't think
off-the-ball
OU made
teams
it.
to jump out at. These 16 teams are all pretty
We'll
deserving.
go ahead and play their
Let's give
song
these
anyways.
ladies some props this year.
Duke might be a number 2 seed. They have as much talent as any other team out there. If they can figure out how to gel together this tournament, they'll have a good chance at a title.
Now, let's see how the conference representation fares. The SEC gets 16. The Big Ten with 5 out of the ACC. The A-10 gets 5 teams.
It was really an up year for the teams from the Missouri Valley Conference. They topped the non-power conferences with the number of bids they got, and it shows you how far this conference has come. They're becoming dominant at that level.
And let's not forget the team out of the Big South. For a small conference, they competed at a very high level this year. Those teams are trying to find a Cinderella story in the tournament.
I'm surprised there were so few bids for the teams in the Mountain West Conference. It was an especially disappointing year for that conference. Usually you can count on a few of the nation's elite teams coming out of there. This was a season where very few of those teams can maintain any type of positive momentum. Here's the list of the teams that were on the bubble heading into selection Sunday. Partner, which of those invite teams should be sending the selection committee a thank you card? Connecticut played in one of the power conferences, and that counts for a few extra wins in the eyes of the NCAA, whether it's right or not. But let's not take anything away from them. They had a nice year.
While they start prepping for their first round games, the 5 teams on the other side of the page are full-time students again.
Oklahoma stumbles to the finish line coming down the stretch. And that's not the way to close out the season if you're hoping for an at-large league. When they couldn't get it done in their conference tournament, their goose was cooked.
Thanks, Doug. I'm sure that this year will provide us with all the thrills and excitement that we've come to expect from the tournament.
Greg, it's going to be a fantastic tournament. We got an outstanding field and a lot of sensational players. I guarantee there are some...
OU saying let me in, but they didn't get in.
For all of us here at the CK Sports Studio, I'm Greg Humble. Thanks for joining us on the NCAA Selection Show, brought to you by State Farm, the #1 auto insurer. Enjoy all the excitement of the NCAA tournament.
All right. Well, here we go. We'll have to go back to the #1 seed. Did they end up? Now we got to set up so we can watch all the games. Oklahoma made the NIT. We will watch there. We'll keep track of them. So let's go back for OU. I made it to the NIT. Now we'll go. I'm gonna get this set up for the tournament. We'll be back later. First round matchup.
You compete next. You better give respect, 'cause ain't nobody breaking this redneck. They don't want none, no, they don't want none. They don't want none, no, they don't want none. They look scared of.
We'll be back.